think it's important to have the arts in school because literally everything you see is made by someone with a creative mind.
It's always been like my favorite time of day during school because it gives you a chance to kind of relax and to experiment with different things.
It would still provide me with the knowledge and the creativity to further whatever work I go into.
My name is Anastasia Sakali, and my art piece is the picture of the Eiffel Tower, and it's called Crayons, which means belief in French. It's a black and white painting with the tree aisle leading towards the Eiffel Tower. How I got inspired to do that piece is that since I was about 13, I liked Paris a lot, and I liked the whole architecture and all of that Paris stuff. And my teacher was showing me some Paris images because she's been there 7 times to Paris, and that's kind of been my dream to go there. And I got really inspired by her, and she was showing me the pictures from there and all the museums that she went to, and I just got inspired to do that piece. Well, the whole time I was painting that picture, I just had this peace in my heart. It wasn't like, when I look at it, it's like, it's very peaceful, and it's very like, there's no rage, there's no sadness, it's just straight up peacefulness. The trees are naked, it's very gray, but it's not sad, it's more of just peaceful. And every time you come into the house, if you look at it, it's just, peace comes upon you. My teacher sent me a message on Facebook and saying that you got into top 25. I looked at my phone and I was like, oh my goodness, no way. I was shocked. All my friends were not shocked. They were like, oh, you're gonna get in, no problem. And I was like, I didn't believe it myself. I looked at the message and I was like, oh my goodness, no. And I started running around the house, telling everyone, telling my mom and my dad, and they were all really proud of me. Art is very, very important. And to me, it's my favorite subject. And I have last year I had 4 classes of art. It just develops your skills and makes you more open to this world, and you don't concentrate on the things that you do, but when you're in art, you concentrate on many other things that are going on in this world, and you take your inspirations from those things that happen in this world.
Hey, my name is EveofExPt2. I go to Sarasota High School. It's my last year. I entered ECAS first in the Evening of Excellence, and I actually got 2nd place, and I'm pretty stoked on that. I actually took a horse skull that my teacher gave me, and I was gonna fill it with gears, but instead I just decided to put a crescent gear on his forehead and cut it in half, and then I drilled it out with Dremel and just carved designs and stuff in it. So it turned out a lot better than I thought it would, and the judges definitely liked it because it was a lot different than anything they've ever seen. So I'm glad I did a good job on it. My teacher kept pointing the finger at me and she kept pushing me, so I got through. I researched hieroglyphics and cave paintings and stuff, and I actually did a couple tattoos of cave paintings, and I just liked how I had deer tracks crossing a river on there, and I had a sun on there, and I don't know, that was kind of a story to me, like a deer crossing the river, you know, getting a drink and going somewhere. But I don't know, if I left a little note saying that, people would probably pay attention to it more. But I don't know, whatever they see, I hope they liked it, you know. That's what I saw when I looked at it, because that's what I was thinking of when I was carving it, you know. But I don't know, there's a couple different things in there that are hidden, kind of, that people can develop in their brain of what they might think it is, you know. It's up to them. My mom's an artist, you know. My uncle is a taxidermist, and I've been hanging out there, man, and I just love animals and bones and osteology, and how we're all just skeletons pretty much, walking around with tissues and minds. And I just wanted to kind of elaborate on that and carve bone, because that's definitely mixed media. Nobody's ever done that before, not that I know of. But yeah, chisel with a stone is definitely a lot harder. It's been a way of self-expression and a way to let the things out that you can't verbally let out or physically really let out. So it's emotions built up, you know. It's the best way to let it out for a lot of people, you know, and it worked for me. I think it should be up there with math and literature and all that other stuff. definitely digs into a part of the brain that stuff doesn't, you know. It feels really good. People actually respect my work and it feels good. And I want to keep producing so I can keep getting that feeling back. You know, I've always been an artist. I've always been painting and messing around with different stuff, you know, and stuff I think was cool. And I'm finally glad somebody else thinks it's cool.
Hi, my name is Anna. My piece is called Movement. It has a bike race where the background is blurry and all of the figures, the bikers in this case, they stand out a lot as compared to the background, because what I was going for was sports in motion, and really when you're competing, and I do track and I swim, everything around you is a blur, so the painting is really from the athlete's perspective rather than the viewer. Sports has been a part of my life for so long. I swam for 7 years. I started when I was 7, and then I ran track for 5 years. So it really is all the hours you put in every day. It becomes your life aside from school and family. So I think that's why I wanted to sort of start doing paintings that focused on that aspect of my life. Because you really do art based on what you do in life. I was thinking of applying to art schools, but I decided that I would rather do something that combined my academic side as well as my creative side and my artistic side. So I decided that I would major in something like business and marketing and advertising, so that sort of goes together. I think art has always been there for me as a way to sort of like escape from reality, whether it's tests, school, getting into college. It's just a way for me to sort of let my mind flow. I think it's important during the day to just have like a free time just to let your mind go where you want it to instead of being forced like you need to do science or math. But I think it's important, especially for younger kids, to sort of just sit down and build up their creativity and hopefully use that in the future. And yeah, someone's gonna be spending a lot of money on my artwork, and that's amazing. I mean, that's what every artist hopes for, is someone to appreciate what they do and to see potential. So it was a shock. So it was a good shock.
My name is Hannah. My artwork is named Atom Branch, and it's like a 3D picture. It was a topic in my photography class, so it looked a little bit like 3D. Miss Markley actually wanted to call the top 25 on Friday, and I didn't get the call, so I thought I'm not in the top 25. And so I was really surprised and exciting when I went in the classroom on Monday and Miss Markley asked me if I get her message and that I'm in the top 25. And it's really great for me because it's a great experience for my exchange year. It's just really exciting. First at all, the picture, because it have to show like a movement, and then you have like to crop the parts that you want to build up. And yes, you have to think about it before you just print it out. You have to organize it, do it before on a paper, and then in Photoshop or other program to put this whole thing together. That is not so easy because it's like mixed up and you have to look how you build it up and what overlapping and what is on it, and yes. I actually want to do something with art. I want to study it, like on the Ringling College. I would like to study animation or photography, and yes, hope I can do later something with it. I think you don't really need like a language for art. It's just something free and like your person, and it's just something that you can share with everybody. You don't need to speak the language for it or have to be in the culture. And you can do it everywhere, and art is there where you are, actually.
Hi, my name is Cody Markley. My piece is a picture of Box Tower reflected on the lake of koi fish in front of it. Well, I first found out about Evening of Excellence through my mother/teacher, Deborah Markley. I decided photography after I already took the picture because I went on a camp out with the Boy Scouts, and during one of my merit badges, we went to go see Box Tower for a merit badge. And I took the picture about halfway through the field trip and decided it was a very great picture, that I was going to keep it and maybe use it later in a competition or banquet or something. Well, I hope that they see beauty of the tower, all the granite and sandstone, different colors, and the beauty of Florida. I also use Photoshop as just a main art style. Don't really edit photos too much in Photoshop. I think it's pretty easy since I've grown around technology and art in general. If I didn't grow up around technology, I probably would be struggling a lot in this subject and all the things that come with it. I believe it's very important to have art in school, mainly because it keeps kids out of trouble. Basically, I think will make a well-rounded person, creative people, and things like that, and a personality. I first found out about that I was in the top 25 of Evening of Excellence when my mom yelled out my name and like, Cody, 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 come look. And I ran out into the living room. Turns out that the list has come out for top 25 and I was number 13. Feels pretty great, like someone appreciating my work that I've worked on for weeks just to prepare for Evening of Excellence. I believe that art is whatever you do make it, and to me, it's fun and beauty.
Hi, my name's Paige, and the name of my piece is Circus Spectacular. It's basically just a vintage style piece that is kind of got this worn down element to it, and it's supposed to look old, but I just did it with acrylics in a couple weeks, and it was really just something I kind of came up with. The theme that we had to do was Florida kitsch, so it was just like something fun that I did, and I really love to paint. Anytime I find a piece of wood, I just want to start putting stuff on it and making it look interesting and make it catch people's eye. My parents were both artists. They both went to Ringling College, and that's where they met, and that's why I'm here. When I was a little kid, my dad did murals in big houses, and I kind of went sometimes and watched. My mom does graphic arts. I've grown up with it around me. They have paintings in the house, and I learned a lot pretty quick over a year, and I think everyone should do art because it's really enriching just to express stories on whatever canvas, whether it be a piece of wood or a canvas or a piece of paper. The medium plays a role in that story. I switched to Booker and was interested in the arts, the art VPA, and they taught me a lot. The teachers are great. They give us the tools. Having the arts in school is very critical because what's the fun in school without any kind of place to explore those things? Like really, it's like meditating. It's like you can find yourself, and it helps you discover, your purpose. That's what I believe.
Hi, my
my name is Ella Friedberg, and my piece is called Twisted Sisters. It's a diptych. There's 2 portraits, and they're twisted. My piece is done in pen and ink and watercolor. I really wanted to do a distorted portrait, so what I did is I started with a picture actually of my sister. It's just like loosely based, but just so I could get a start on it. So I drew it first, and then I took a picture of it and I put it in Photoshop, and then I used the twist tool on Photoshop, and then I printed out the drawing that I had photoshopped, and then I redrew it. I'm most comfortable, I guess, in pen and ink and watercolor, so I wanted to play on my strengths of what I know in art. I usually do portraits, especially like female portraits, so that's also something I was comfortable with, so I wanted to do something like that. I guess I first got interested in art in just like drawing 1 in 9th grade is when I actually really started to really like really get into art and learn about other famous artists. Van Gogh is one of my favorite artists. My teacher had emailed the winners, and I think it's really exciting that someone's going to purchase my piece and have it like hanging in their office or in their house. I think it's really good to have art in schools. It's like a change from if you do like a science course, then if the next class you're gonna have is an art course. I think it's a good change. I'm really glad that the money is gonna go to the schools in Sarasota, so I think that's really good.
My name is Madison Baum. My piece is called Warm Horizon, and it is just a beautiful horizon. I'm on the top of a hill, and you see darker shading to lighter as it gets closer to the distance. And it has its own vignette, and so it goes from darker to lighter as it goes in towards the sun, which just gives a warm ray of just orange, just deep heated orange onto the entire photo. I felt as though this didn't look like everywhere else in Sarasota. For one image like that, everybody goes to the same place. I've been told it looks like I'm in Africa, which I think is really cool. And so I really thought that it'd be a nice illusion for that. People would ask me where you took it, and it's a simple place. And that's what makes it really cool, that's what makes it different. Because you can give away, that little secret and realize it wasn't terribly difficult to take the photo. It was just being at the right time. I've always thought of Photoshop and taking pictures as my only way to express what I'm truly feeling and be able to share it with people. Honestly, my first camera phone I got made me just love going around capturing images in just the best moments. Well, I can't explain how excited I am, how great it is to know that something I've been able to create, something that I pulled out of my head, something that I just went and took a picture of, is seen as incredible as other people have seen it. Just getting one piece in was incredible, but both of my pieces is just awesome to know that somebody likes them that much. And I expect to be able to carry this with me because I want to go into other things in the future that have to do with this. And I want to be able to say that I've been able to do this, so why can't I do bigger and better and just larger things?
Hi, my name is Kelly Felix, and I created a piece called Fuerza de un León. It is a mixed media piece that features a lion face drawn with colored pencil. The mane is made out of pieces of paper. I found out about Evening of Excellence through my art teacher at school. My teacher's name is Miss Bruder Werner. She was very enthusiastic about having all of her students enter in this because she thought that we would all succeed, and it was very cool to get to be a part of this. What made me choose a lion, honestly, was completely random. I was just looking at pictures of animals because I knew I wanted to make a piece with an animal in it. And I've been doing the mixed media thing since last year. Well, I used colored pencil and pieces of paper, which was also new to me because I'm used to using acrylic paints. But I decided to try something different, and I really liked it, actually. My piece was really about my struggles through a hard time in my life, and I thought a lion really symbolized strength, and that was why I chose a lion. I've been doing art since I was little, for as long as I can remember. My father and my grandfather were both very into art, and so that's how I started at such a young age. My grandpa would always have us paint murals on his walls at his house, and my dad and I would draw together, and it was just, that was what I loved to do since I was little. My teacher posted it on our AP Art Facebook page, so I saw it and I freaked out automatically. I was so excited because I entered last year and I didn't make it to the top 25. So this year when I found out that I made it, I was ecstatic. To have it in school is just awesome because I get to go do what I love every day while I'm learning. And it's cool because I learn new things every single day, just even by looking at the students' work around me and learning from my teacher, because she always is so into having us try new things, and I think that's really why I won this year, because I tried something new and I really liked it. To be a paid artist feels unreal. I can't believe that someone would want to buy my work. I would have never thought of that in a million years, but if I ever can make money off it, that would be great. I would love that.
Hi, my name is Alexis Donson, and my piece is called The Mysterious Tree. I've been working on a year-long study with silhouettes, and I took one hand in our studio at our high school, and I just took a single shot of it. And after that, I was just kind of messing around in Photoshop, and I copied it and pasted it many times, and I just moved all the hands around to make it look like a tree coming up and one person coming down. I've actually been doing photography since my freshman year, and I've been putting pictures in since then, and finally this coming year I finally got a piece in. And I've chose photography because I've loved it throughout since 6th grade, and I've taken summer classes during my years, and when I heard that Sarasota High had a photography class, I'm taking it, I'm gonna do it. When people look at my picture, I want them to see like how they can actually see photography in a different way. It's just not a point and shoot picture. There's many other steps into taking a picture and just putting it in. You have the picture and then you have the editing, and that's what I wanted people to see. My artistic side with the technology has helped me a lot because we have many editing programs that people can use, like Photoshop and web design and Picasa. I mean, without all that editing, you can't go that extra step to get that final piece. My whole family does art. My grandma's a painter and I'm a photographer. My cousin is also a photographer as well. Photography makes me just feel like I'm my own self. I don't have to be anyone else. It's just like a way that I can relax, and when I edit pictures, I just get so happy. When I heard that I got into the top 25, I was ecstatic, because I really did want to get into the top 25 this year because it was my senior year. And first I heard that all my friends were getting in, and I haven't heard anything until the next day. And when I did hear it, there's no words I can explain it. Having the thought of someone pay thousands of dollars to maybe buy my picture, it's just overwhelming. You never thought as a high school student that someone would actually want to buy your picture. It would be awesome.
Hi, my name is Tristan. My piece is called Through Dimensions. And what it is, it's a series of glass panes, each with separate final images on them, laid into wood. When you revolve around the image will change and you'll get a different representation of it. Well, originally, my teacher, Miss Merkley, we had been talking about possible contests that I could enter, and Evening of Excellence was one of them that she thought I may have a chance at. The piece has been my first sculpture 3D art piece. The idea came to me, I was just browsing through the internet looking for some ideas for one of my photography pieces when I came across this picture of glass panes that were put together to make a face. And I thought that I would be able to expand upon that idea, make it a little more abstract. The main reason I thought of this idea was because it was something that I hadn't really ever seen done before. And as you can kind of tell by my attire, the untied bow tie, and I don't enjoy, even in art, going with technically the norm, even though that's kind of an oxymoron in art because it's all so separate. But it just seemed something that would be so out there and kind of difficult that that's what intrigued me, and I thought that it would be, even if it didn't turn out amazing, it would still be a fun and a learning experience for me. The Friday, when we were told, and I was actually on Skype with my friend Cody Markley, also in the top 25, playing video games with him. And I just hear her in the background freaking out, oh my God, tell Tristan. He made it into the top 25, his piece, Through Dimensions, and that he got the best of show. Honestly, I was kind of stunned. I didn't know how to react. I was in that kind of state of, I'm so excited, it's toned down, but once it finally sunk in, and the fact that at this point someone may be buying my artwork and wanting to put it in their home or somewhere to display, that's what really hit me. Not the fact of the monetary value, just the fact that someone may want to have my piece. Well, my father is a graphic designer, so ever since I was born I've been exposed to art, and since I was young, my main career choice of what I've wanted to be when I grow up, I always had some kind of art relation. Even if I don't go into a direct art field, if I was still doing some kind of work in that area, it would still provide me with the knowledge and the creativity to further whatever work I go into, because I will be able to think outside the box and not necessarily go with the norm of whatever I decide to do.
Team Up is a website that helps businesses, civic groups, families, and individuals find the perfect way to apply their resources or volunteer to help students succeed in Sarasota County schools. Community members can conveniently and effectively identify ways that they can make their resources available to their favorite school or schools, special programs, the school district, or through the Education Foundation of Sarasota County. For the schools, the Team Up website provides a support system for efficiently partnering with the community, with a way to identify and contact potential partners and to manage and maintain successful collaborations. To learn more about how you can connect, collaborate, and contribute to your public schools, call 927-9000 or go directly to the web at scsteamup.org and team up.